had a very rare opportunity to be invited to a house where they were going to have an estate sale, but I was invited before the estate sale to get a first look at what was in this house. I was totally amazed. I wasn't surprised though, because I knew the gentleman that had all this stuff, and he told me a couple times in our conversations what he had at his house. When I first walked in, it was room after room after room of 80s, 90s, and early 2000 comic statues, toys, die-cast, and about 20,000 bagged and boarded comics. It was just crazy, as well as sealed, wrapped collector cards from sports to Marvel to G.I. Joe. Whatever you can think of, it was probably there from that era. When I saw a couple bins of 70s and 80s and early 90s die-cast. This is the Black Wall era of Hot Wheels. This is the era of Hot Wheels that I grew up with. I did have some red lines early in my childhood, but you have to admit, if you were a child in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you probably grew up with Hot Wheels. After all, my kids grew up with Hot Wheels. That was some of their first toys and some of my first memories of playing with toys other than Weeble Wobbles and maybe Little People. So I might be exchanging some of those Hot Wheels in my collection for some of these, and the rest will go to hopefully a good home in a sale that I'll do soon. But I put everything in order of date, and we're going to start at 1977. We're going to go through all of these Hot Wheels. So let's get into this video and check out what we have in these cases. So looking at the biggest bin first, we're going to go from earliest to latest over here on the right, and some other die casts. First of all, the one that I'm super excited to even own is this unpunched Baja Breaker. It's like the A-Team style van, and that is really cool. This is the Trailbusters version of it. It was 79 cents at Hill's department store. I won't be showing the back of all of these, but I will show some of the cooler ones that are a little bit more unique than others. I did a pull off of a mint card of this one here already, so I don't really need that one, but that's really cool. This is the Tricar X8. I definitely had this one as a kid, one of my favorite ones because I liked space, so it was kind of, to me, almost a spaceship on wheels. We got some more flying colors here. We have the Bywayman in blue. This came also in a metallic blue. 99 cents at Zeller's. This one is opened a little bit, and we have the Bubble Gunner. I think I had a version of this, but I think it was a different color. I think it was a red line too. I'm gonna try to remember all the ones I had as a child, and of course my friends had a lot of these, so I may be forgetting which ones I actually owned. I do remember most of them, but some of these I might think that I owned it, but my friends may have owned it. This is 99 cents at the Byway. This is just a Porsche 959. I have this one mint, and this is the California Cruisin' van, and it's on the Flying Colors card. $1 on sale from $1.49. $1.49, that was expensive back in the 70s at Zeller's. I can't remember what kind of wheels they were, but they were like super fast or something like that. No, that's Mattel. That's Matchbox. They were I can't remember the name of those wheels. The gold wheels were really, really fast, faster than the original Hot Wheels wheels, and this This is the blown Camaro Z28. Here we have the Nissan Hardbody. This is a really cool casting. I like it a lot. Nissan 4x4. The Trailbusters series. Here is an unpunched Flying Colors Cat forklift. I definitely had this when I was a kid. I think the forklift broke right away. So here's one I'm definitely keeping in my collection. I definitely had this as a kid. I loved all of the fire trucks and police cars when I was a kid, and this is an unpunched old number 5, and it's really cool. I do have a version of this which is in pretty good condition, but this is so much better, and I'm definitely going to keep this one in my collection. We have two Fiero 2M4s. Love this car. Actually, a friend of mine back in the day, she bought a white one of these, and I think it was like 10 years old back then, so I remember driving in this car quite a bit. This is a Canadian Tire purchase. It was $1.29 at one time, and then it went on sale for 99 cents. I'm pretty sure most of these were probably purchased on sale from what I can tell. And again, they have those gold wheels on them. Now here's one I guess he really liked a lot, and I do have this vehicle, but it's missing the whole back plastic winch on the back, or the hook. This is the Big Wrecker. 4 of them in really good condition. We can see at Walmart it was 68 cents, and somewhere else it was 99 cents. Was that Target or something? I'm not really sure what that tag is, but really, really cool. You'll notice that there are French on some of these, and some of them just have English, so I'm not sure if they are the Canadian and American releases, but one has a number 3916 and one has a number 55. So maybe they're from different years, but they do have Workhorse's card back. I really like that. I probably will be keeping one of those. It's just super iconic looking. So we have a new model Workhorse's Flame Stopper, and again it has some different wheels. I think in the 80s they really tried a lot of different wheel configurations and looks, and I like that one a lot. And another Workhorse, but I'm assuming it's a Workhorse, but it doesn't say Workhorse on the card. We have this Peterbilt dump truck in that nice dark blue. Here's a car that I did have in my collection when I was a kid, the P911 Turbo, and I love to this day the older 70s and 80s Porsches. I think they're still iconic today, and I love this casting. Here's another Camaro Z28. This is with the gold wheels, and it's in red. This was $1.29, but I see a sale sticker on the top that's been taken off, so this is definitely was for sale at one time. Of course, Hot Wheels did a lot of these older style 40s and 50s style cars. This is the Auburn 852. And I had a couple of these in my collection as a kid. I think there's a couple in here. We'll take a look at those when we get to them. I'm sure I didn't have this one as a kid, but I do remember my friend having one similar to this, and it's got those gold wheels again. So Super Hots or something like that. What is? Somebody tell me what the name of those were. Hot Ones. Yeah, were they the Hot Ones? I think those are the Hot Ones. 99 cents at Byway. Custom Corvette with a different kind of wheel. These wheels too were supposed to make the car even faster, and I think they did the job. Here we have a Black Lightning. On a blue card. This is known as the Rainbow card, I believe. because of the streak in the back. Here we have the Tall Rider, 99 cents, unpunched. And of course, it's jacked up. It's like a minivan jacked up. Ferrari Testarossa with the red interior and the clear windows. Here we have a nice silver Night Streaker. Again, another Porsche 928. Pretty cool. These ones are from around 87. This is 31 doozy. And those tops of these cars, the tan piece, are always missing on these when you see them loose. And I think they pop off, and I probably feel like those were just thrown out. Yeah, you can see that that is kind of popping off there inside the package. And they were probably just thrown out in the garbage when parents saw them and didn't know where it came from. Here's another oldie here, a classic caddy in the blue. Here we have 3 Ferrari Testarossas with those fast wheels. And we've got 3 of them here. An unpunched one for $1.17. And this is probably the best card out of all of them. The other ones are in just good condition. We've got a little bit of yellowing on the one on the bottom, but still cool. Here we have a black 57 T-Bird on the rainbow card. There's the tampos on the top. And this was 99 cents. On a Flying Colors card, we have the Dumpin' A. I definitely had this as a kid. And I love the Flying Colors cards on these. They were super iconic to what I remember buying when I was a kid. Here's an 80s Firebird with the bird on the top. We've got the red interior and the clear windows. Super iconic car here. We've got Larry's Towing, the Ramblin' Wrecker. I definitely had this as a kid. All my friends had this one as a kid. You had to have this. Now, unfortunately, this isn't the one that has Larry's Towing phone number on it, which the designer of this casting put his phone number on it, and later it was taken off because he had so many calls. People actually called him over and over again. But that's really cool. I already have a mint loose version of this, so this can go on to somebody else. And here we have those workhorse wheels, similar to the other vehicles we just saw. This is the Blazer 4x4. This is one of the earliest card backs I remember seeing from my recollection as a kid, and of course it is unpunched. And it says here, moving parts. What's that mean? The wheels are moving parts? I'm pretty sure the top doesn't come off. Does the doors open maybe? Nope. Not sure what it means by moving parts. Here we get the racer's engine case. Never seen that before. It's portable and stores up to 20 Hot Wheels vehicles from your collection. Here are 2 more Army vehicles with really different card backs. These are Action Command series Hot Wheels, 60s vehicles, I think. I don't think they're World War II. We have the Command Tank and the Troop Convoy. And unfortunately, the tag was ripped off of the Troop Convoy vehicle, and it took some of the Hot Wheels off of the card. Here are 2 more Army vehicles that they made on the blue cards this time. We've got 2 rocket tanks, $1.17 at Zeller's, and this one here is unpunched. That's cool. Here we have Hot Wheels version of the General Lee. I loved Dukes of Hazzard as a kid, and I really loved this iconic vehicle. Now, I'm sure Hot Wheels didn't have the rights to Dukes of Hazzard, so this was their version of it. It's the Ford 26 Hemi, the Dixie Challenger. And this is one of those vehicles where they had the plastic bottom and it has the hole in there. When I was a kid, I thought that the hole meant that you could put it on an electric racetrack. I don't know why. And also, I had this one as a child, and my neighbor, his dad was a mechanic, and his dad actually had a real General Lee that he was fixing up for a friend. And even though I was a early teenager, didn't play with Hot Wheels, I still thought that the car was iconic, and it was pretty cool to see. Here's another one I had in my collection as a kid. This is the Fire Eater. I already have this one in my collection. It was a card pull, and so it's mint condition, but this is in really excellent condition, unpunched, and it can go on to somebody else that wants it. The rest of these are on rainbow cards. First, I have a Thunder Streak. This is really cool. Nice race car. Next, I have two Corvettes. These are the split window Corvettes, and this is the Corvette 63. I like the color. Next on the rainbow card, we have a Solar CX4, 99 cents at Byway. I do have this one in my collection, but it's in black, and I think when I was a kid, my friend had this, and it was a Zamac. Next on the rainbow card, we have a classic car, a 37 Bugatti. I like this one. It's got the white walls and the spare tire in the back. I had this one as a kid, but it was the black version. Here's a couple more classic caddies. These are both exactly the same. The Cadillac 35 is the classic series, and I do have multiples in this box. Sometimes Hot Wheels would bring out the same casting in the same color in multiple years, and sometimes they would change the color. And so throughout this box, if I have doubles, I will just be showing one. Here's another one that we've seen already. Here's the Byway Man in the metallic blue. We saw the light blue earlier, which is the one I had as a kid, and this is a later casting. I really like the metallic dark blue. Looks really good. Next in the bin, we have a new paint style, the 65 Mustang convertible. It's got the white walls with the tan interior, and this one here, the hood lifts up, so that's a nice feature on this vehicle. And of course, good humor ice cream truck. You can't go wrong with that. Every kid wanted to see the ice cream truck come through their neighborhood. And in my town, we had a bicycle that had ice cream in the front of it. It was called Dickie D's. And if you know Dickie D's, then you're probably from the same area I'm from. Was Dickie D's everywhere else too, like in the States or in Western Canada? Let me know. We've got a street roader here from 1989. 71 cents at Hills. I think Hills had the cheapest Hot Wheels back in the day, from the looks of it anyway, and this is a 4x4 Jeep. Here's a new model. This is the Workhorses vehicle, and I really like this casting. It's super heavy, metal on metal. Even the tank on the back is metal. 71 cents at Hills again. And what I like about this casting, although I already have this one, this will go on to somebody else. I have a mint version of this, but it's got two little hoses in the back that pulls out. And if you've got the car wash garage playset, this is a great vehicle to have to go along with that playset. Now, if you're a ZZ Top fan and you've seen a couple of their videos, you probably recognize this car. This is the 3-window 34, and you'll recognize this from one of ZZ Top's videos. I think it was in black, though. I think it almost has the same decals on the side. But these are two mint, carded, unpunched, really great condition, sealed cards. Going a little bit quickly through this next bunch here, we have a school bus. We've got a road roller. This is another Workhorse, 71 cents at Hills in the yellow. And then we have a Mercedes 380 SEL. got the tan interior there. Next we have a custom Corvette with the tan interior again. And in a larger scale here we have a Suzuki Quad Racer. And this was 99 cents at the Byway. Here's another classic car. We have the Talbot Lago. In the white with the white walls, we have a Lamborghini Countach with the tampos on the side. I think this one came with tampos and without tampos, but I like this one better. Next we have a BMW 323 Cabriolet. It's a convertible in black. And even as a kid, if the cars did not look like real cars, I could tell the difference. And here's an example of that here that I think was just a made-up car that Hot Wheels had. It was the Alien. And I don't recall having any of these style of cars like the Shark Cruisers or anything like that in my collection as a kid. Just the real vehicles. But here's an example of that. Here's another Action Command vehicle. This is the Tank Gunner, but this time on the blue card. Here is the Shark Cruiser. This is on a Speed Demons card. It's in that mauve color with lots of chrome, and it was purchased for 71 cents again. Here we have another classic car. This is the classic Cobra. I like the red color. It's really nice, and it does have a hood that does lift up. Here's another classic car here. It looks like we've seen this one already, but it's just in the same color. It's a Rolls-Royce Phantom 2 in that dark blue color. It's got the white walls and the tan top facing the other direction. Here we have a Ferrari Testarossa in white. We had one in red here on the left. I really like this casting, and now this casting has come out a few times. It's on the Trailbusters card this time in black with that really nice red-orange color stripe on the side. And this is the Power Plower, which is really hard to say. And on the side it says Midnight Removal. I might have to keep one of these for myself. Here's another Ferrari. We have the F40 Speed Fleet new model card. And on another Speed Fleet new model card, we have the Volkswagen Bug. I love Volkswagens. I have one that I drive in real life. This is the Volkswagen Bug, and it was 71 cents at Hills. I would have went to Hills all the time and bought all of my Hot Wheels. And so this one might have to stay in my collection. Next we have the delivery truck. This is the Wonder Bread delivery truck with Hostess Twinkies written on the side of it. And this was $1.39 at Walgreens. Now the last castings that are in this box, we have two Range Rover trucks. They're in the white with the tampos on the side, kind of like that Lamborghini that we saw earlier. Before we get into the next bin, here's an example of the exact same casting, same color, but in a different cars from different times of production. Here we have the Clutch Stepper, exactly the same make, almost the same color, but you can see that they're facing in the different directions. They also have completely different wheels. You can tell that this one here on the right was a later model, and if we look at the back, you'll notice that they're the exact same advertisement. So on top of this bin, we have some Kidco Tough Wheels. This is a truck, and it was 99 cents at Zeller's, and they look and feel really cheaply made compared to the Hot Wheels. Let's continue on. We've got these Road Aces, some more transport truck haulers, Canadian Tire, back in the 80s, 99 cents a piece. We've got an orange one and a blue one. And at the neighbor store, we have these die-cast sports cars, Motor Force, and they've got some interesting wheels. We've got a fast-running wheel, apparently. Doesn't really say what these are called, though. There's no name on them, but we can pretty much tell. And nothing on the back. Imported by Cobra, Richmond Hill, Ontario. Interesting. Really cheap cars, not as good as the Hot Wheels. I think they're metal on the top, but definitely plastic on the bottom. They're super light. Nothing compared to the Hot Wheels that we've been looking at. So if you were from the 90s, this bin is all die-cast cars from 1990 to 1995. That's what it says here. But the weird thing is I forgot about this, is there's actually a collector's book in there. And this one is from 1981 because it has all the 1981 cars that were released from that year. Let's take a look at this. This is really cool. 309 Hot Wheel cars and trucks from 1981 models back to the beginning. Here's all the 1981 models. We've seen a lot of these already. This is the black car that I had that I was talking about earlier. I had probably more than half of these cars in my childhood. Talking about how Hot Wheels started, 1968 with the red lines, modeling, the parts, and then we have 1981. So, and this is like a checklist. So you could check off all the cars that you have in your collection in 1981, and then it goes back to 1968 and shows all of those cars. I remember having a couple of these as a kid. I do have one of these, I think. I think I have this one or something like that in my collection. It's super beat up. But I remember having some of those when I was a kid. The Red Baron, I'm pretty sure I had that. The Paddy Wagon in the red line. I was born in 73, so it was probably a later model. But here they're starting to get out of just the Spectra Flame, and now they're getting it more into the Tampos and the Hot Wheels that we saw mostly in this collection here without the red lines on the wheels. 73. This is the year that I was born. I definitely had the Paddy Wagon right there in the red line. Steamroller. 74. Not a lot of castings in 74. Alive 55. I remember having something like that. There's the Ramblin' Wrecker in 75. The Super Van with the flames. Khaki Cooler, that's pretty cool. 77. 78. 79, that was my favorite 79 car. I had that one. That was the Incredible Hulk. You could look through the back and see a scene from the movie. Or from the TV show, I guess. Hair Splitter. We got Thor. We're starting to get into some Marvel here. 79. 1980, you can see the Tricar X8. I definitely had the Vetty Funny. And some workhorse cars there. Trucks. And some high haulers or something like that, where the back wheels, You could lift them up and make it jacked up. Really cool book. Going through this next bin quickly, we have the Toyota MR2 Rally, the Porsche 930, the Jaguar XJ220, Mercedes 380 SEL, 99 cents at Byway, a Thunderstreak with Pennzoil in yellow, BMW 850i. You can start seeing those 90s neon colors there. A black version of the BMW 323 Cabriolet. And this is the convertible version. A Mazda MX-5 for 90 cents. Another Porsche 959. Different tampos, I believe. An Oshkosh cement mixer. A Treader. Lots of chrome on that. Pretty cool. A Vector Avtech WX3 in metallic mauve or purple. This one has a plastic bottom, you can tell because it's lighter. And this is the era where the plastic bottoms were coming in more and more often. We've got a Hot Bird with the American flag tampos on it. All American Firebird. A Trailbuster. Love the colors on this one. I have this one open. It's not in mint condition. I just really like this color of this vehicle. I might actually have to keep this one. 2 mint white and plastic classic limousine service. So it's the limousine with the sunroof in the back. Another version of the Pontiac Fiero with the gold wheels and the American flag tampo. Black interior and the clear window. And for the Volkswagen lovers out there like myself, this is the Volkswagen Golf. What year is that Golf? Is it like 90? 1990. Cool. You can start seeing that the card backs are changing constantly. Here is a Turboa. You can see the wheels are starting to change now. The 57 Chevy. That is in a really nice metallic, dark metallic blue, or almost a purple. I really like this casting here. This is the Baja Bug. Pretty cool. Rail Rodder. Fiji Blimp. Oshkosh P series. This is a crazy thing. It's so big that the plow that's at the front, it's on the top of the vehicle and you have to put it together. Never seen that before. And the rest of these at the bottom of the box were just random stuff that I didn't even realize was in the box when I purchased all of this stuff. They're all from early 2000s. Pretty cool though. And I'll probably just donate those or give them away online. But the rest of these, some of them are going into my collection, and some of them are actually going to get sold probably on Marketplace. Thanks for watching this episode of Toysbackzen. I know it was a little different. There's no action figures, but these are toys, and I'm a toy collector. And these are nostalgic to my childhood. Some of my first toys I remember ever playing with was Hot Wheels. So please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below and let me know if you remember any of these Hot Wheels that I have in this collection that you had as a kid. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.